welcome to Destiny, the Open Door, and our spiritual life teachings. This is Tammy Dennis speaking, and I am your host for today. We are on day 9 of the countdown to August in our journey through spiritual teachings. We are delighted today to just be in the midst of the great God presence, the mighty I Am. So on today, we honor the 6-ray band of light in the heavenly realm is the ray of the resurrection of God, the ministration of God, the comfort of God, and the service of God. We each have the potential to manifest in us the divine spark of light that is anchored inside of our sacred chamber of the heart. Once we deeply enter into the realm of silence, we are able to call to the heavenly host and ascended beings who work to assist us all of our lives on this blessed planet. Our beloved Nada is the Master Chohan who works with us in reaching our full potential with the resurrection, the restoration, and rebirth of God and of all of our 4 lower body systems of man and woman, which are the physical, mental, emotional, and etheric bodies, to line up with the 3 higher bodies of man and woman, which are the causal body, the Holy Christ Self, and the electronic body, which is the I Am presence in each man and woman and child on this blessed planet. Our beloved Archangel Uriel and Archei Aurora, also known as Donna Grace, is in our Ascended Master teachings as the Elohim of Light, work as directors of this ray and the angelic legions of light on this ray band live to allow for the ministration and service to assist humanity once we make the heartfelt calls and prayers to them from those blessed ones of the earth who are in need of the assistance, to allow for the nurturing and the attention to be instilled in us. There is the assurance that we are working towards and being devotees of the Christ, and the archangels and Elohim of the light help us to rely on our heart and believe that all will work out for us. It is the blessed Elohim Peace and Lady Complement Aloha who work to strengthen us when we are weak, and calling forth the power of Elohim Peace will increase your abilities to concentrate and focus on that which will be worked on in your calls to these great and mighty beings. The power is charged into your being and world when you place your attention on them to help assist you when you need upliftment. You must learn to begin your spiritual journey of opening up your Christ light and being in total silence to allow the Christ to operate within you. And you will begin to see change. I can assure you that. Let us take a moment to allow the Christ to come forth in you now, as you yourself must ask for the great I am to come forth now and do what is required to begin the process of building a relationship with the Mighty One each day as we begin our prayer invocation. And our prayer invocation is this. In the name of my beloved, I am presence. Let all of earth keep silent before you and allow the peace to enter in and humble, grateful, loving, adoring obedience unto thy blazing light, which is our supreme source. O beloved, presence of light, I am in me. Continue to keep us humble before thee. Continue to allow positivity in my world and the entire world and forever in the service of the ascended host of light. All I am, all I have, and all I ever hope to be, and all I have is thine. Oh, mighty, I am presence. Come forth, come forth, come forth in the fullness of thy power. Come forth and control my body temple. Come forth and hold dominion in this body, this brain, this mind and will. Come forth and pour forth thy divine glory on earth as thou art in heaven. Continue to do thou so illumine me by thy light that there is none of me, but all of thee, shining forever. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. Let's just marinate on that as we just think on that for a moment. The invocation of celestial beings such as our beloved Lady Master Nada and the legions of light on the sixth ray represents the appeal to the benevolent forces of light that oversee the well-being of humanity. These entities are envisioned as providing support and guidance, particularly in understanding and caring for the body's energy centers, such as the solar plexus, which is closely related and associated with personal power and self-esteem. So let us now go into the spiritual guidance and wisdom of the hour. We will be exploring the spiritual dimensions of the resurrection and a healing. Matthew 6:6 states, "But you, when you pray, go into your room, and when you have shut your door, pray to your Father who is in the secret place, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly." The thought of resurrection has been the foundation in various spiritual teachings and traditions, symbolizing the idea of rebirth, renewal, and the triumph of life over the limitations of physical existence. It is often related to the prevailing transformation of the self, leading to a state of enhanced well-being and enlightenment. What I have been steadily increasing in my teachings is the ability to continue in my consistency of destiny, the open door. It is having an unwavering process of continuation, of not giving up. Even when Facebook slighted me, not giving up. Even when I was silenced and had to go offline for many months, not giving up. When my personal life came to a halt and my life took a turn in a direction that I was not prepared for, not giving up and remaining consistent to bring to you my light as a human being, because it is within this core principle of the self that we find the wrath of God showing up to help us in the most divine aspect of our lives and not expecting change to take place, but in the process of said change and being ill prepared for it, God is always there in the midst of the storm that has come to ravage your life in such a way that you remain in a state of submission to the great I am presence, that great I am, that I am, until such a time as the bell tolls and the storm has passed and the sun comes out again shining. These are the influxes of life that you must wait on the Lord and be of good courage to overcome the obstacles that you are faced with. Just like myself, you may be wondering in all of what I say and bringing my light, why is it so that I am still here? Well, if I didn't have the trials and tribulations that I went through or am going through, I would not be here to teach you the lessons of what you can do to reach a state of mastery. It is within this walk of life that lessons are being handed down. With lessons comes a lot of patience, because it takes patience to walk through many seasons of change to arrive at sustenance and a firm foundation of the self. It takes patience even walking the way of the light, because it is within this spectrum of the Great One where there are many tests. Those individuals who have ever spent a day in the life of being behind bars knows what I am talking about. They tell you when you can wake up in the morning. They tell you when you can eat. They tell you when you can have recess, if you will. And they tell you when you can sleep. Each one of us is going through that same scenario because someone else is doing our bidding, right? We are behind the bars of life and dealing with our intimate partners who can't trust us to go to the bathroom, let alone outside. We are dealing with this in our governments, wherein they tell us what to do, when to pay, where to go, who we can talk to, how to handle whatever we need. We see this too in our school systems of life, where we are taught a lesson, receive our test. Whether we passed or failed, it's still the same outcome. We each must go through a test. That test is an examination of the subject at hand. That examination is a check of whether or not we ourselves can handle this, because once we have been given said exam, we pass or we fail. We repeat the same process until we pass. And once we pass, we go on to a much more harder class of life until we have finally found our peace. In the peace, there is clarity. There is an abundance of life that we rejoice in, receiving, because there is no more test. there is all peace. In the context of personal health and healing, the notion of resurrection can be seen as a metaphor for the body's remarkable ability to recover and regenerate. Because what is resurrection? In the resurrection accounts, Jesus' friends needed time to recognize who he was. In view of Mary Magdalene, in the process of mourning near Jesus' tomb, when Jesus came upon her, she thinks on him as being a gardener. Although Jesus is dead in the tomb, she could not bring herself to understand his resurrection. Once Jesus called out to her by her name, does she recognize that it is, in fact, Jesus? Mary Magdalene was the first to see Jesus as hurt, of longing for him was deeply felt, and the desires of Jesus remained active and present in her faithfulness unto God. In this intimate expression, you see Mary fulfilling God's promises in her divine mission to spread the word of the living Christ. This idea is beautifully encapsulated in spiritual practices that focus on invoking divine energy for the restoration of the body's system to a state of balance and harmony. The Book of Enoch, an ancient Jewish text attributed to Enoch, the great-grandfather of Noah, delves into themes of divine judgment and salvation. As an example, being displayed as Enoch's first journey through the heavens is met with his visions in full spectrum in Enoch 1:17 through 36. While not considered canonical by most mainstream religious traditions, it holds a wealth of spiritual insights for those seeking deeper understanding. Its teachings on resurrection can be interpreted as guidance for aiding the body and mind in achieving peace and tranquility, thereby enhancing the quality of life for individuals. So that was our spiritual guidance and wisdom for the hour. And we will go into our spiritual affirmation. I want us to affirm daily the teachings of Jesus Christ as he stated and affirmed his affirmations such as, I am the resurrection, I am the resurrection, I am the resurrection. Stating this 3 times to 21 times daily serve as a powerful tool for focusing the mind and aligning your intentions with the forces of healing and rejuvenation. Affirmations embody the belief in the inherent divinity within each individual, and the overall continuance of the use of such a mantra or affirmation is the capacity to manifest profound changes through faith and spiritual practice. So continue your use of having the affirmations speak to you and the desires of your heart. I am the resurrection. I am the resurrection. I am the resurrection. Morning, noon, and night. And so our prayer supplication for the hour is this. In the name of the ever-present one, I am in me, we realize that there is a divine presence in every human being of the earth, and the light from the presence is man's own understanding. That presence, that light, and that understanding is the magnificent I am, and I am that I am. I call unto thee, O mighty I am presence, thou great central sun, thou heart of infinity. Pour forth thy mighty flame of divine love and the mighty resurrection flame throughout humanity and the earth. Set the feet of mankind once again securely upon the pathway of light, and anchor their attention forever upon thee, the great love star in the heart of each one. Lift their hearts unto the heights whence cometh all help, and bring back into the happiness, freedom, and perfection, which is their divine birthright. The mighty I am presence is within this holy temple. Let all of earth keep silent before that blazing glory and be at peace. Peace of the mind, peace within the soul, and peace within the spirit of man and woman in its humble, grateful, loving, adoring obedience unto that supreme source of life. O presence of the diamond heart, come forth in the fullness of thy power. Release thy victory everywhere, and seal all within thy heart forever. Almighty I am. Almighty I am. Almighty I am. Our prayer supplications that call upon the resurrection flame to enter the heart and mind reflect a desire for transformation at the deepest levels of being. Such prayers often seek the intercession of higher powers or enlightened beings to aid in the healing process, whether it be for physical ailments, emotional struggles, or spiritual crisis. This is our prayer supplication, and upon it stands the resurrection and the resurrection flame, and the utilization of these two. So in closing, I would like to say, the closing of such spiritual practices with gratitude and blessings reinforces the communal aspect of healing, acknowledging the interconnectedness of all life and the shared journey towards wholeness and fulfillment. In essence, the spiritual dimension of resurrection and healing is a testament to the enduring human quest for transcendence and the belief in the possibility of a renewal existence, free from suffering and imbued with divine grace. As we reflect on these spiritual teachings, we are reminded of the potential within each of us to rise above our challenges and to find peace and purpose in our lives. May we all find the strength and wisdom to navigate our paths with compassion and understanding. Remember, the journey of spiritual growth and personal transformation is a continuous and evolving path. Best wishes on your journey towards renewal and healing. The concept of spiritual resurrection is a profound and deeply personal journey that varies greatly across different faiths and belief systems. However, there are some universal practices that many find beneficial in fostering a sense of renewal and rebirth within themselves. So here are some practices that you might find helpful. Number 1, meditation and mindfulness. Engaging in regular meditation can help in quieting the mind and allowing for a deeper connection with one's inner self. This practice can lead to a sense of peace and the feeling of a new beginning. Number 2, affirmations. Positive affirmations such as "I am the resurrection" can be powerful in shaping one's mindset and aligning thoughts with the energy of renewal and rebirth. And number 3, prayer and devotion. Regular prayer, whether it's personal or part of a community, can be a way to connect with the divine and seek guidance and strength in the process of personal resurrection. So this is our end of our programming, and I hope that you all have received what you needed to receive from this beautiful message on resurrection and the resurrection flame and healing. This is Tammy Dennis with Destiny, the Open Door, and our Spiritual Life Teachings, signing off. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Sabaoth. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God of hosts. Adonai, dear Destiny, the Open Door. God bless you all. Namaste. Peace be with you and upon you. Love and light to you all. Almighty I am. Almighty I am. Almighty I am. I am the resurrection. 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 I am the resurrection.